Every year when a new Football Manager comes out, we're always asking, what save are we going to do first? This year, Football Manager 26 changes absolutely everything we know about what the game used to be. We've got the brand new Unity engine, we've got a fully licensed Premier League, we've got a redesigned user interface, which definitely changes the way that the game looks, and women's football is in the game for the first time in history. But at its heart, Football Manager is still about the stories that we can create through our different types of saves, the challenges we set for ourselves, and the saves that end up taking up all our free time. In today's video, I'm going to break down a lot of the major save types in Football Manager, what makes them unique, who they're for, and how the features in Football Manager 26 make them even more immersive than they have been in the past. By the end of the video, hopefully you'll know what type of save fits you, whether you're a tactician, a storyteller, or just an absolute chaos merchant. Let's jump into it. Save type 1 is the Road to Glory save. The Road to Glory is a classic save on any Football Manager. This is the save where you start from the absolute bottom and just work your way up trying to win everything as you go. You're not really chasing the superstars, you're more building them. You're definitely playing the long game. You start in the National League South, Serie C, or even the Austrian 4th Division if you wanted to. You're playing on terrible pitches with part-time players who need to leave early to get to work the next day. But that's the fun of this kind of save. As your club improves, your entire league's reputation just goes up, so the better players will come in, the better infrastructure will come in, the better academy players will want to come in and join. If you love steady progress, discovering hidden gems that you wouldn't do otherwise, and turning nobodies into your club icons, this is definitely the kind of save for you. I'll be going more in depth at the kind of clubs that you can look at doing these types of saves with in another video, but for now here's a couple that you can do it with. Red Star Paris are the forgotten third club in the city of Paris in France. So obviously, you know, you've got PSG, you've got Paris FC in the top flight at the minute, but there is also a third club, and that's Red Star Paris. They were around the second division for a little while, back when I was younger, but they've definitely fell on more hard times recently, so it's wanted to try and get back up to the top. Your end goal, getting them to the Champions League, hearing that Champions League music in-game echoing around your little 5,000-seater stadium, that's the joy of it. Next save we're going to be looking at is the Fallen Giant save. These saves are more about redemption. They are taking a once great club that's fallen on hard times back to where they should be, right at the top division of their respective country. Your board will literally reference the club history in their expectations. So if you're not living up to it and the fans don't feel like you're living up to it, you're definitely in for a hard time. You'll face pressure, nostalgia and legacy all at once. Some examples of teams: Deportivo La Coruña. They were La Liga champions at some point, but they've definitely fell off a little bit. That's one to look at. And also Hamburg, they've just got promoted back to the Bundesliga, and obviously they've been in the second division for a little while before this season, so hopefully that's one to try and get back up to where they should be in German football. A good Fallen Giant save is part history lesson, part redemption, kind of redemption arc in a sense. You're not just managing the team, you're restoring the identity of that club as a whole. Next, we've got the Youth Academy save. It's, in my opinion, the most painful but rewarding save type in Football Manager. The rules: no signings, no loans, no free agents. You're relying on players that are strictly from your youth academy. It's brutal, but it's definitely a really cool challenge at the same time. You'll live and die by your head of youth development, and if he's not very good, then your intakes aren't going to be very good either. But when that first 16-year-old wonder kid comes in, becomes club captain and takes you to glory, there's nothing like it. Some clubs that you can do: Crew Alexandra in England, they have a very, very good record when it comes to youth success, and also everyone's go-to Athletic Bilbao, who can only sign Basque-only players from the Basque region in between France and Spain, which makes it even more hard. This save is all about patience, development, and pride in your academy. No money, just using your philosophy, really. If you like adventurous saves and more uncertainty, this one's for you. The Journeyman save is where you start unemployed, no reputation, no coaching badges, and let the football world take you wherever it wants. You could be starting in the Finnish 3rd Division, move to Chile, move to South Africa, and then end up joining Real Madrid in about 20 years. Each save tells a completely unique story. I mean, looking at it visually, the Unity engine makes switching between clubs and continents and different countries more distinct than ever. You've got different stadiums, you've got different environments. That'll definitely play a part in you moving clubs and making everyone feel different. But linking into this, if you want to take it a bit further, if you want to do something even more difficult, you do one of what I consider the best football manager save types, which is for Pentagon Challenge. This means winning all 5 continental Champions Leagues. So you've got Europe, South America with the Copa Libertadores, you've got North America with the CONCACAF Champions Cup, you've got Africa with the CAF Champions League, and you've got Asia with the AFC Champions League. Now, with the women's side of things coming into the game and women's football being in the game for the first time, you've got 3 more Champions Leagues that you can win as well. These include the CONCACAF Women's Champions Cup, the AFC Women's Champions League, and of course the UEFA Women's Champions League as well. This is just the ultimate FM save, and with different databases and stuff through sites like FM Scout, you can download the Oceania database where you can do the OFC Champions League, plus hopefully other women's Champions Leagues as well, so you can make it just this massive save that's going to take you ages, but you're going to feel really rewarded by it in a sense as well. I don't know why, but I always end up starting in either Africa or Asia. So whether you're in Africa, you can go to Egypt, you can go to South Africa, which is always a good one, or whether you're in Asia, you can do South Korea, you can do Japan, you can start pretty much wherever, but the end goal's still the same. Not many people finish it, however, if you stick to it, it's the most rewarding challenge in all of Football Manager. Next save is the Director of Football Challenge. The Director of Football save is for the control freaks who are trying not to be control freaks, if that makes any sense. Here you delegate all transfers, loans, and contract decisions to your Director of Football, and only focus on tactics, training, and match days. This save works far better in Football Manager 26 thanks to the new staff AI improvements, which means directors now have their own personalities, preferred age ranges and transfer strategies. Some chase bargains while others go pretty wild with the budgets. It all depends on who your Director of Football is. So you're not just fighting your opponents, you're fighting your Director of Football's own transfer logic, and if you don't like it, then you're buggered really. If you're looking for a couple of teams to do this with, you've got RB Leipzig in Germany, which follow a kind of a data-led recruitment philosophy, and Salzburg in Austria, which follow a massive constant turnover and profit, which helps them bring in more young players and sell them on for a massive amount. It's chaos, but it's the most realistic modern football experience in Football Manager. Next save I'm going to look at is the One Club Legend save, if you want to call it that. If you're a loyal servant to your club, you're patient, and you love seeing your name etched into the history of a certain club, this save's for you. You pick one club, and you stay with it for your entire career, possibly your life. You grow with the team, facilities improve, stadiums expand, and your tactics evolve as the world of football changes. Being able to track your trophies and your appearances and your rivalries, things like that by yourself, you're not just the manager by the time you finish, you are the epitome of what that club is. A couple of examples, you could go with FC Basel in Switzerland, trying to get them back into the European places, get them back into the Champions League, bring them back to being that club in Switzerland, and also Hammarby in Sweden, waiting to challenge Malmö for their Swedish dominance, especially trying to win Champions Leagues and take the country forward. This save is emotional, it's long term, and deeply satisfying. It's all about legacy. This one's one that I didn't think would happen this year, but thank God it is. It's the Build a Nation save. Thank God for Football Manager and FIFA signing a deal that includes bringing back international football into this year's game, after we were told that it just wasn't going to happen. Not only that, they're bringing the licenses, they're bringing the FIFA World Cup for next year, bringing the FIFA Women's World Cup, and they're bringing an advanced Club World Cup as well. Football Manager said that they're bringing a more advanced, rewritten international football cohort into the game sometime next year before the World Cup, so I'm really excited to see it back in. The Build a Nation save is definitely a bigger picture thinking save. Your main mission isn't just club success, it's trying to build an entire country's footballing reputation. You can see your country's progress throughout Europe using the coefficients. You can see your own league's coefficients, see how they come up. You'll end up cheering on other clubs from your nation just to see the coefficients go up. A couple of ideas for this one. You could go to the New Saints in Wales and build them up and try and help Welsh football get back on the map after a tumultuous couple of years. Also, head to Malta, you could go with Hammer and Spartans, you could go with Birkirkara, any of them clubs that kind of allow Maltese football to get back on the map. Obviously, we've got Hammer and Spartans in the Conference League this year, which is a very big step for Maltese football. This is for players who love world building and seeing small nations punch well above their weight. And now for all the data nerds, the Moneyball Save. It's all about efficiency in this one. Finding undervalued players, selling for profit, and using analytics to stay competitive without spending a lot of money. The expanded data hub and better visuals make this more powerful than ever. You're tracking per 90 stats, you're tracking expected goals and assists, all of that data-led stuff that allows you to try and bring in them undervalued players and bring them up and sell them for way more than you bought them for. Perfect clubs for this. FC Midtjylland in Denmark, who are basically the pioneers of the Moneyball model. Brighton in the Premier League do this a lot as well. You've seen it with Moises Caicedo. You've seen it with potentially Carlos Baleba next year if Man United want to get their hands on him. If you love spreadsheets, scouting and transfer profit graphs, this save's definitely for you. And finally, all of them weird and wonderful custom challenges that people try out. These are community-driven saves that keep Football Manager very, very fresh in my eyes. Some ideas of this is a homegrown only save, which means you can only sign players from your nation. Like say if you're a Welsh club, signing only Welsh players, or if you follow in Bilbao's footsteps, signing only players from a certain region, like a new club in Canada are trying in Quebec, where they only sign Quebecois players. You can do a wage cap challenge where you keep the wage bill as low as possible, which is definitely difficult in today's day and age in football. Or limiting yourself on how many transfers you make, where you can say you're embargoed for 3 seasons, you can't do anything, you rely on the youth academy. Stuff like that where it adds a little bit of an edge to the game. These saves are limited only by your imagination, and FM26 gives you more freedom than ever. So there you have it. Most Football Manager 26 save types, from the emotional to the statistical to the chaotic and then to the legendary types of saves as well. Whether you're chasing glory with Yeovil Town, you're building dynasties in Bilbao, or trying to win 5 different Champions Leagues in 5 different continents. Let me know in the comments what save you're going to start with this year. I'd love to get some ideas, and I'd love to know what you lot are trying to do this year in Football Manager 26. If you don't want to miss any videos, leave a like, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified when I upload. Follow over on TikTok as well, because we've got pretty much daily uploads over there. And that's everything from me. See you in the next one.